Hi everyone, it's Tracy. Um, I I just was inspired to. I wanted to do another video because I've had a few things that have happened over the last few days that have just made me much more aware of certain decisions or things that have been happening in life. And I just wanted to chat about it. So if you're watching it live, let me know. If you're watching it in the replay, please put replay. Hello, Beth. Um, so one of the questions, so just to give you a little backstory, so some of the things that I've been thinking about over the last couple of days has been around um, why do we make the decisions that we do, and what is it based around? Um, and it's usually based around, at least for me, what's most important for me in my life. That's usually what actually really draws me into making a decision that will change things for me or for my family. Um, and one of the things that's really important to me, and that I've been much more aware of, probably since I turned 40, and I'm much older than 40 now. But what's something that's been very, very important to me has been freedom. And I think that's a value that a lot of people aspire to, but think that they can't get it, or think that it's something rather elusive, or think it's actually really, really big. They view it as some monumental thing that is going to take a lot of effort to get. Whereas in many cases, freedom actually is something that you can have in a moment. Something that it could be something just very, very small, or just, it could be time. It could be financial. It could be the freedom to be creative. For me today, the example that I have today that really struck home for me was, I've made some choices in my life in the last year or so to go a different path, and that a lot of that was driven around the desire for freedom, the desire for creativity, but also the desire to be closer to my family. And that freedom for me was around being able to be there for certain events. And today, my son, who's 9.5, he had a school tennis championship, and it was for the whole of year 4. And it was right in the middle. It was late morning. It was a Wednesday morning, 10:30 in the morning, and I had loads to do, trust me. But, it was, Mommy, I want you there. You need to be there. And as I was racing to get there and not wanting to disappoint him and wanting to see him, I thought, you know what? I am very, very blessed. I am so blessed that I can actually spend the time and go and watch all these little kids run around and play tennis. And it really made me feel so grateful for actually making those decisions. They haven't been easy, and it's not like things are, everything's smooth sailing all the time. If anyone tells you that, I'd love to understand what they're doing to achieve perfection. But it's these small things in life where you start to say, well, what really is important to me? And what's important to me is actually that I could go and watch him play tennis. I could go watch him in the middle with his schoolmates, compete, and watch how competitive these kids were and how serious and they were taking it. It was just so important to them, and it just really struck home for me. And I think I put in my post, what did a 9-year-old teach me about commitment today? Well, there are times where the commitment to homework, going to bed on time, getting up on time, that's not there, because it's a bit boring. But this little guy, he was so committed because he wanted to play so well in this match. And he started understanding, how does he need to feel? How does his body need to feel in the morning? What does he need to do to make sure that he goes to school and he feels confident that he's actually gonna play well and he's gonna win his matches? And he said, Mommy, you wake me up tomorrow morning. You wake me up at 6:15. I knew 6:15 was not going to happen. But started waking him up around 6:30. By about 10 to 7, which is pretty darn freaking good, he was up had his trainers on, had his sweats on, and he started jumping on the trampoline to warm up. He went outside and he did sprints before breakfast just to get his legs warmed up. He was doing all of his moving back and forth. And it was a real lesson for me because, commitment and what we commit to and what we fully put ourselves into that space to achieve. When we do that, we will get there. We actually really will get there. And I think in many cases we hold ourselves back. I know I do in a lot of respects. I mean, I was trying to put off doing this video today because I thought, oh, I don't really have anything to talk about. But I thought, you know what? It really is a lesson for when you put yourself in that mind of commitment. And anyone listening, if any of this resonates with you, send me a comment. Let me know. But when you put yourself in that space, you can do anything. And I think we come up with a lot of excuses. We come up with things like, yeah, it's too hard, or I don't really know what I don't know how to do it, or I don't have time. Well, my big one is I have so many things I have to do, and I'm the only person that can do it, and that's just an excuse. So, he could have slept in. He in his matches he could have given up today. Now we didn't win. We didn't win the championship. We got to the quarterfinals. He played really, really well. But he was there. He was all in. He was all in what he was focused on. And when I saw that, and I said, well, why can't I operate like that every single day? Or why can't I operate like that more often? And I saw the heart that went into it. And it just really made me feel grateful for the fact that I was actually able to be there and I was able to see him. And I was able to say, actually, what he's showing there is something that I actually want to be showing to people in what I do in life. I want to show it to my family. I want to have commitment to anything I do for my family. I want to have commitment for anything that I do in my career, or anything I bring out there to people. And I think one of the things that I find is just having an awareness for holding myself back. Now, I don't know if anyone else can relate to that. If you can, drop me a comment. But we all do it, and I think I talked about in another video I did last week. It was the 4 reasons why I decided to take the path that I'm on at the moment, and I've partnered with a luxury hair care company, and it was something that just came completely out of the blue. But why did I do it? And part of it was that resonance about the fact that it actually was something that I was willing to commit to, because it connected with my values. It connected with that sense of freedom. It connected with that sense of family. It connected with the sense of it does do good things for others. And that those are the things that I think I strive for. I know many other people strive for, is finding that meaning for ourselves. And I think one of the things that I've been blown away with as well is the fact that something that I have always looked for in anything that I did is connection. Because I think connection with others, and the connection and the people that you surround yourself with, or the people that also help inspire you, actually bring you to a higher level. And I've been connected with an amazing extended team that has come together around this, and spent last Sunday with many of these ladies. And I was just in awe of the people and the women that I had around me, and the emotion, the experience that they bring to the table. Many of them were so inspiring, and it's driving me to actually want to do better for myself, want to do better for my family. So I think the reason that I want to talk about this today is just, there's been a lot of things that have happened over the last few days, and we just don't know what's going to happen in life. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Um, and it was just that innate sense of gratitude that, wow, a small decision to give something a go and to commit to something that's new that actually felt right, also is paying dividends in my life, where I'm saying I'm committed to making myself better in many, many areas now. So if any, I just wanted to throw that out there. I'd like to hear from people. I'd like to hear, what are you committed to? What are the things that are important to you in your life? Let's start a conversation about this, because I think in many cases, many of us while we're all different, we're all the same. And I think the more that we collaborate and connect with one another, we all can actually rise to something different and greater than we actually thought we could previously. So I'm going to be back. So tomorrow I have a few other topics that I'll talk about. But thanks for watching. If anyone wants to find out anything about the new opportunities that I've started, or any of the things I talked about last week, please PM me, reach out to me. I've heard from amazing people who I haven't heard from in years, and I just think that it's just filled me with. I've just been so grateful for all the comments that I've gotten from people, and just being able to reconnect with people again. It's really, really been great. So I hope that we can keep it up, and I hope everyone has a fantastic evening, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye.